Hi, it's Bobby Goodwin. Just going through this Ambrosia maple vases. There they are, looking good. So I started off with just these four pieces glued together and just start turning it. And oh, shoot. I forgot this snappy part where it makes it look like I just do this magically. So boom, didn't work. Oh, there it is. So it's a whole big block. Put that on the lathe. Start turning it into those cool vases that you saw at the beginning. Wait, nope. Kim and Troy asked for kind of a little explanation, little parts of this video, so to show the pieces of the base of these vases that I made. So here I am just cutting the triangle pieces that'll be glued together to make a solid ring. A lot of cutting. So 16 pieces per circle. So put those together. There they are, all just cut. Now, before I can glue them together, I'm going to have to deburr them. So 220 grit sandpaper, just kind of a light coat on all 5 or 6 sides, whatever it is. And we'll just finish that up and then dry fit these pieces together. So if I were making an open ring, they would be trapezoids, I guess, instead of triangles. I'll show that maybe on the next video. But so I get all those pieces, line up the grains, this little rows and column action going on here, make sure I've got 16 pieces. And then this is just regular wood glue that I use. Just make sure that I even it up on all the pieces so I get some really good coverage and make sure that all the joints are glued together well. And then just start putting it together. It's fascinating. Hope you're enjoying this, Kim and Troy. So then just kind of a pipe clamp to make sure that all the glue joints, kind of wipe that off. And then what I'll do after this is put them through the drum sander and then attach them to the bottom of that block. And here it is attached, and you can see that's what I'm working on right now at the bottom, just kind of making sure that I got a good the shape of the bottom of the vase. And I'm just turning this into the final shape. I'm only showing one of the vases that I'm doing here. I did both of them exactly the same because I don't know a different way to do it. The second vase was a little bit tougher than the first one because I had to use the calipers to match the diameters of the really I just did the base and the top, but had to match those diameters, so that took a little extra time that you don't spend when you're doing just the first vase. Again, this is the first time I've used Ambrosia maple, because most of the vases that I do are just pieces, the trapezoid pieces that make the rings, and with all that wood grain that's in there. I don't even know what you call that wood grain, but that's not very good for the pieces. And here I am just digging out the center, hollowing this out with a Forstner bit, the biggest bit that I could find or felt like paying for, I guess. And then after that, need to trim out the inside so I get a decent wall thickness. I think the wall thickness here when I finished was about 1/2 inch or so. And then once I got it all down, and I glued the top 3 rings on here. And here I am just shaping those. It's Wenge that I used because I felt like it was a pretty good contrast with the Ambrosia maple that I used. And then here I am just kind of trimming out just kind of making sure I get the final shape like I want it before I start digging on the inside of the wenge wood. Now here I've got to match the inside of the wenge to the inside of the maple, and then so just kind of working that down, and then I used a whole lot of sanding time and sandpaper to make sure that I match it up pretty evenly without getting it gouged out and things like that. So once all that was done and I put some sanding on the actual vase itself, then this pine block that's right here is just a waste block that I glue the vase to while I'm building it. And so here I'm just parting the vase from the waste block. And fortunately, this one didn't fling off the lathe, which a couple of videos that I've shown have seen the vase fly off. So again, pretty exciting. And then just kind of snap off the bottom, sand it down, and there you go. You can see the patterns in that Ambrosia vase, Ambrosia maple, which really I enjoyed a lot. Thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed.